The title of this piece is Darkest Truth. Confession. Sometimes I watch my daughter ball her hands into little brown fists, and I reach out and slap them open. This reflexive action, quicker and less painful than explaining that in our society, her fist symbolizes a danger she can't even conceive of, simply because of its color. The slap I give is lighter than the dark truth that despite her progressive midtown upbringing, magnet school education, and diverse friend pool, her physicality is always at its blackest when she is displaying unpleasant emotions in public. And so, put simply, she can't. That part of her selfhood must always be expressed, sequestered in the privacy of home, where her anger, sorrow, rage, or humiliation won't frighten anyone. The dark truth of being a black mother of a black baby in America is that I must teach my child not only how to read, but also how not to be misread, how to speak softly, tread lightly, smile reassuringly, unfurrow brows and open hands, how to not get suspended from school, how to not get restrained by security guards or accidentally shot by police, how the caustic cocktail of being both angry and black could at any moment cost her her life. This is a hard lesson that I must start early, and it is no gentle task. Confession. Sometimes I watch my white friends' children with something like hollow envy. Watch their cream-colored fingers curl into fists no one finds aggressive or threatening. Hear their frustrated screams echo through grocery store or shopping mall, met only by sympathetic concern or annoyed passing glances. And I think, in awe, there is something my child cannot do. For every black mother curling her lips to mumble, "I wouldn't let my child act like that," there is a tiny, still voice, like God's, whispering, "Because you can't." See, the world my daughter will inherit leaves no space in the supermarket aisles for her to flail out frustrations, not without security concerns or filed reports. If she must feel anything but happiness in the watchful public eye, she must do so with a restraint no child her age should even know, as a matter of her own safety and her entire race's reputation. And so it is that decades after scholarly research revealed that corporal punishment is detrimental to child development, I find myself swatting in a blur of reflexive fear, not because I hold fast to some biblical righteousness of spare the rod, spoil the child, but because I smell tear gas and gun smoke in the undercurrent of her every misbehavior, and I am so afraid. I confess, I don't know how to tell her this. How do I explain to her that she must grow wary of her own body, its movements, posture, and volume just because God colored her skin a deeper shade of holy? That she must become a skilled acrobat to survive the flame-lit tightrope between her authentic self and the brutal archetype of what she represents in a country still playing hide and seek with its own inherent racism. How do I tell her she really can be anything she wants to be? But there's this one thing she will always have to be: black. and everything that means. How do I say that sometimes I'm not the kind of mother I want to be because I can't lie to her about freedom she doesn't have? And even though she calls friends may be peering at her through an infrared scope of preconception, ready to blast her full of prejudice and fear at any moment, how do I explain that in the names of Dr. Ursula Ore, Marilyn Levias, Marlene Pinnock, black women beaten by police just for jaywalking, I must discipline her stomping down to a tiptoe, neutralize the muscles in her face to blank automated smiles that reduce her chances of being misunderstood, and in the name of this darkest truth, I must hide inside my heavy-handed corrections of her behavior this sorrowful apology for bringing her into a world where she cannot be simultaneously herself and safe.